My name is Savannah Downs, and I am a finalist for the Specialty Crop Production Proficiency area. My project consists of the growth and sale of specialty cut flower and foliage varieties at local farmers markets and to my community. Currently, we are growing over 60 different cut flower and foliage varieties. I grow all of my flowers on about 3/4 of an acre. We have two main plots of land, one consisting of 1/4 of an acre and one consisting of 1/2 an acre, and then we also have flowers intermixed in our landscape. It all starts at my kitchen table with the planting stage. We keep a spreadsheet with all of our seeds listed that includes growing times, seed space, harvesting dates, and how many days that they take to germinate. All vital information that determines when we plant our seeds, how we plant our seeds, and when they will be ready for harvest. This spreadsheet also helps me keep track of inventory and seed cost. Both of these help me in determining how much seed that I need to buy for next year and the cost of production. The next stage of my operation consists of the planting stage. We grow all of our flowers from seed, starting them in 328 cell seed trays. Soil is a key factor in seed germination, and before we plant our seeds, we mix our soil with water to ensure that the seeds have a water source upon initial contact with the soil. Depending on what type of flower we're planting, the seed depth varies. Some plants, like yarrow, require the maximum amount of sunlight to germinate, so we put the seeds right on top of the soil. While others, like forget-me-nots, require darkness to germinate, so we plant them at 1/4 of an inch seed depth and cover them with a light layer of vermiculite. The greenhouse creates a temperature-controlled environment set at about 75 degrees that fosters the growth of my seedlings. After my seeds have sprouted and reached sufficient size, we harden them off and transplant them into our growing plots. In the period of time between transplanting and harvesting, we maintain the fields by pinching back plants, weeding, keeping an eye out for harmful pests, and fertilizing every week. The drip irrigation on our growing plots is set on an automatic timer that ensures that we do not overwater or underwater our plants. Finally, when the time comes for harvest, we harvest in the mornings when it's cool and bunch our flowers by variety and color to sell at farmers markets. We harvest our flowers at least twice a week to ensure that our flowers keep pushing new growth and to lengthen our growing season. When harvesting, I make sure to cut deep into the plant to maximize the stem length of my flowers. We try to keep the stems between 14 and 24 inches to meet industry standards. When determining time for harvest, I take a look at my planting schedule to ensure that I am on track with my days until harvest, and then I look at the flower's stage of development. Different flowers require to be cut at different times. For instance, with flowers like cosmos, it's best to cut them at the cracking bud stage to ensure that they have a long, healthy vase life and to ensure freshness when delivering to customers. For flowers like zinnias, however, it's best to cut them when they are fully open, because upon being cut, they will no longer continue to bloom. The time of day is also essential to consider when harvesting flowers. We harvest in the mornings to ensure that the flowers remain cool from cutting until storage. This minimizes the stress of the plant and extends vase life. One special growing practice that we use is pinching back. Pinching back inhibits apical dominance and allows for the plant to shoot out and become bigger. It increases the yield later on when the harvesting time comes. Typically, we pinch back plants when they are 6 to 8 inches tall, and we will pinch back where there are nodes that are shooting off. Another practice that we implement is allowing our flowers to go to seed. At the end of our harvesting season in the summer and fall, we allow our flowers to reseed themselves so that we can use the seeds for next year and cut down our seed costs. Here we have both Cosmo and sunflower transplants that we will either move to the top of the beds or transplant out to our 1/2 acre plot. My favorite part about my SAE project is getting to see all of my flowers in full bloom. I also enjoy getting feedback from my customers. Getting to hear what customers want when talking to them at farmers markets is essential in both helping me plan out what I want to plant next year and in designing my bouquets that I'll be selling to them in the following week. Getting to put a smile on my customers' faces brightens my day and makes all of my labor that I put into my projects worthwhile.